Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome if you're new. I'm Karen Casey, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about color correcting and how the color wheel applies to makeup and So, first things first, the color wheel and how to tell what colors are going to be the color correcting colors you want to use. So, this is my little homemade color wheel because our printer doesn't work. So I made this. Is this the best color wheel ever? No. These two pieces are way bigger than the others. And the shades probably aren't exact opposites. Like this shade of blue isn't probably the exact opposite of this shade of orange, but it gives you the idea. It's close enough. I did my best. So, on the color wheel, these are actually arranged in a very specific way. Each color that is opposite another, so this purple is opposite this yellow, green is opposite of red. They are set up that way, and they're opposite each other because they are called complementary colors. That means if you put them like right next to each other, they kind of make each other pop. So if you put kind of an orange eyeshadow on your blue eyes, it's going to make your blue eyes really pop. But if you put one over the other instead of next to, they kind of cancel each other out. So if you put the right shade of red, and then, there's wiggle room, there, you don't have to have the exact right shade of green for the exact right shade of red, it's not an exact science. But if you have redness, you can cancel that out with some green. So you know how, a positive 3 and a negative 3 cancel each other out and you get 0? That's kind of what the colors do. They neutralize each other and you're back to 0. So, I'm going to demonstrate this a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a nice little red spot right here from a zit. Fun, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a green concealer, because green and red are the opposites here. This is the Physicians Formula Concealer Twins in light and green. They also have light and yellow. I've never seen it in anything other than light, though. So if you have darker skin than me, then this might not be your thing. And I'm going to pat a little of this on, and then I'm going to blend this out with my finger. I prefer my finger for color correcting concealer type things because it seems to leave the most pigment there. A beauty blender sucks up too much. Even a brush sucks up too much, so I like my finger for this. And I'm not even going to move where my finger is tapping. I'm just going to tap. And I'm trying to get under those little baby hairs because this is a bad spot. The hair makes it a little more complicated, but the theory is sound. So that green and red have kind of neutralized each other. But you can still see that green there, which I don't think anyone really wants to go around with green skin. So that's when you take the concealer to put over the green. If you are covering a pimple or, something that's not in the center of your face that you would want to highlight, like your under eye, after you've color corrected and concealed that, using a lighter concealer can highlight this part of the face. You don't really want to highlight a zit. So, use a concealer that is your actual skin color, nothing that is lighter than your skin color, because otherwise you're going to draw attention to the bump on your face. Make sense? Okay. So I'm going to take the light side of this, and you have to put a little bit more concealer than you did green, just to cover up the green. And again, you can use a beauty blender or a brush to blend this out. I like my finger still. I'm just going to use the same finger that I did before. And I'm actually moving it around a little bit this time because it doesn't need to be quite as concentrated as before. And there we go. The zit is a lot less noticeable than before. And if I were to put foundation over this, especially a full coverage foundation, it'd be gone. So, that's how you would color correct for redness. Specifically, very dark redness like a zit or maybe some rosacea, although I don't have any experience with rosacea. That might not be how you want to go about that, so I don't know. Don't quote me on that. A lot of people also want to cover their under eye circles. Mine are not real bad today. Sometimes I will look like I got punched in the face. I am going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. It has some color correcting colors, though that peachy and the pink. If you would like a cheaper alternative to this, or you just want the color corrector, you don't want all this other stuff. Hard Candy, which can be found at Walmart, and is a cruelty-free brand, makes these expert sticks, and they have a whole thing of color correcting stuff. They have a couple of different formulas with a couple of different colors, I think. This is in, it does not say the color, but this is in some sort of like peach color. They have a green one. I think they have a yellow and an orange. So, let's go back to our color wheel a minute. So if you've got some blueness in your under eye circles, then you're going to want some sort of orangey color. If you've got some purpleness, you're going to want some sort of yellow. If you've got some, greenish, you're going to want some red or pink. Most people have all of those colors just right in this little area right here. So a nice mix to cancel out all of that is some sort of peach. If you only have like really pronounced blue or really pronounced purple, you're going to want an orange or a yellow color corrector, period. But like I said, most people kind of have a mix, so you're going to want a color corrector that is kind of a mix. Which again brings us to the peachy color of this or of that one right there. Is that the right one? Yeah, this one. So, again, I will take my finger because this leaves the most pigment on my skin. And I'll just take a little bit. And from outer to inner corner to help with creasing, I'll just place this on my under eye. And I'll concentrate a lot of it right in this corner because I have a lot of discoloration there. And definitely want to pat on your under eye, not swipe or drag, because that's just bad for it. That's a very delicate area. You don't want to be tugging at it. Okay, and that is just going to neutralize as much of the green, purple, blue colors as possible without using 3 different color correcting colors for each thing. So now that that's placed and a little bit blended, I'm going to take a concealer. Since I do want to draw attention kind of to this area and highlight sort of the middle of my face, I am going to use a lighter concealer. You don't have to if you want it to be, all just one face color. You don't care about highlighting. Just use one that's your regular skin color. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair, and I'm going to just put a swipe under the eye, swipe under the eye. And since this is pretty full coverage and I don't need, every bit of pigment I've put down there, I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend this out. And I'm going to blend it into that triangle shape. Normally I would put foundation on first and then my concealer. That's not really needed for this video, and it's late at night, and I'm just going to take this off and go to bed after I get a couple of videos filmed, so I'm not going to put foundation on, I'm just going to do this. And then you're going to want to set, I'm looking down so that it doesn't crease the concealer. You're going to want to set this pretty quickly so it doesn't crease. I'm taking the matte white shade out of the Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. You can set this with a regular translucent powder or whatever you want. And I'm also, not so that it doesn't crease, but so it doesn't move throughout the day. If I were to, be wearing this over the course of a day. You can set this as well. And there we go. My dark circles are a lot less noticeable. They'd be even less noticeable if I had foundation under the concealer. But like I said, that wasn't necessary for this video. This zit pimple thing is a lot less noticeable. So that's how our little color wheel applies to makeup, and that's how to use it to cancel out a whole bunch of discoloration and a whole bunch of things you don't want on your face. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I put out 3 videos a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday-ish. I'm really bad at sticking to that schedule, but I try to get 3 videos up a week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Love you. Mwah. Say hi to our chimney swifts. Yeah. Because they're called complimentary and things that you don't. My nose itches.